Yellow. Yellow appears in Chapter 2. He is the third monster to appear in Chapter 2. Yellow is the fifth monster to be introduced in the series, if the unused characters are not counted. Appearance: Yellow is a bird confirmed by game files inspired monster who has a brown vest, a helicopter propeller with two eyes with two long arms that seem to look like wings. He has sharp teeth and has a pointed tail in his back. When he walks, he will keep his arms close together and stand tall, but when chasing after a player, Yellow will flap his wings with the mouth open, as shown in the yellow chase cycle, and lean forward. Yellow will mostly resemble that of a pterodactylus. Behavior: for hour 2 through 4, Yellow will wander around looking for a player. If he sees a player, he will chase them around, something similar to Blue's pattern. Unlike other rainbow friends, he will not instantly kill the player if he catches them. He will just instead walk to a pick-up location, throw the player on the ground, snatch them in his feet, and will fly. Yellow wouldn't immediately fly if a player was found in a building, as Yellow will first hold the player, find a place where there's an opening, and will fly once escorted out of a building. He wouldn't kill you immediately, as he will then first fly around searching for his nest. The technician will tell you to first find a safe place to land. You will need to jump and then land on the inflatable castle, or in the river, or in a ride on the Ferris wheel. Very tricky. If the player escapes, he will give up and resume wandering around. If the player jumps elsewhere, they will fall on the ground and die. If they do not jump at all, Yellow will bring them to his nest, where he will then kill the player himself. Strategies: when he grabs you and starts to fly, don't jump until you find the inflatable castle, as landing in the river is too risky. Sometimes the player can land on the Ferris wheel on one of the rides and will survive. However, that is very rare, as a player must time the jump. If you are in a box, he can still grab you if there is an exclamation mark appears over your head, just like blue, orange, and cyan. But do not land too late on an inflammable castle. Otherwise, you will be stuck outside the map. Yellow can actually help you in some situations. If you are trying to get around the map, he works similarly to the zip line. If you need to get away from the other rainbow friends, he can also be used for that as well. There are special occasions where players are cornered with two rainbow friends and the player gets picked up by Yellow. If you touch any other entity while being carried on the ground of a building by Yellow, it will not kill you. Trivia: Yellow's gender is confirmed to be male in Chapter 2, Hour 2's introduction line. Red refers Yellow with male pronouns such as he and him. Yellow is the only rainbow friend that players actually have a chance to escape from once being caught. Yellow and Red are the only rainbow friends in the game in Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 whose real names are unknown and unrevealed. However, his name is Yellow in the game files, part, and sounds, similarly confirming his name. However, it could be Bird due to that being the model's name. However, his name most likely follows the pattern of the others' names, being named after your color. Yellow and Cyan are the only rainbow friends that are new in Chapter 2, along with the Lookies. Yellow seemingly can't fly by himself and apparently needs a propeller. Yellow is the only rainbow friend that has a nest. Yellow is the only known rainbow friend that can be and is used by player as a transportation method. He is the first and only rainbow friend that can fly. Due to Yellow's ability to fly, you are able to use Yellow as a transportation method to the inflatable castle area when Yellow takes you to his nest. Every time Yellow hits the windmill in Oddworld it spins, Red claims that he got some sort of stage fright. Mentioned when it is the hour when Yellow appears. It is possible that Yellow is extremely shy and hence why he never appeared in Chapter 1. But even though we can tell that he was not made in Chapter 1, But anyways, it's fairly obvious too, as you can see both of his hands held together. It could mean that again he's shy, as mentioned above in the appearance. It could also be because Chapter 1's map is almost completely indoors, while Oddworld in Chapter 2 is more open for Yellow to fly around. Yellow's name appears as bird in the game files. Yellow is the only rainbow friend as of now that does not immediately attack the players upon catching them until the minecart chase. This makes Yellow arguably the least violent rainbow friend. Only if the lookies aren't included. Yellow is now the fourth rainbow friend to have his hideout, that being his nest. And the others, blue his castle, orange his cave, purple's lair. However, he could technically be the fifth since the sewers may count as green's hideout. And it could be sixth. Red might have his hideout to be the entire Rainbow Friends play place, Chapter 1, or possibly some laboratory, factory, or security room there. Yellow can be bugged by going to the rainbow erasers and then getting stuck. If Yellow walks over a cart while this happens, the player will sit in the cart while getting carried by Yellow at the same time. This is also the only way to get out of the cart of the building if Yellow finds his way out. The same thing can be done with the green dropper. The cart could get flung away instead. It is possible that old Yellow is scrapped due to her not looking kid-friendly, like the other rainbow friends. In Yellow's jumpscare, the player's camera POV will be inside of Yellow's head, making it look invisible. Yellow's jumpscare and chase cycle may be referencing old Yellow's fan-made jumpscares. Yellow is considered to be one of the most popular rainbow friends by the fandom. It is ironic since the color itself is very unpopular among people and only 55.5% of the data has shown the color as a favorite color, even though I like yellow as my favorite color as well. However, yellow is usually always outshined by cyan, who's the more popular friend. Much of yellow's popularity has been drained due to many people loving cyan more. This does not mean disrespect and hatred should be given to cyan. Oh, okay. Just kidding, cyan's a bitch! But anyways, there is a bug where you become bald if you die by jumping out of Yellow's grasp while he's flying and then use gems to respawn. Yellow is considered to be one of the cutest rainbow friends by the community. I agree. Yellow strongly resembles the Monsterverse version of Rodan, as both characters are pterodactyl-like creatures. Yellow's nest even resembles the Ilse de Mara volcano in which Rodan emerges from. Yellow has two roaming sounds, one of them being the distorted sound at the end that sounds like the word yellow. Oh, Yellow's a Pokemon. Anyways, abilities and weakness. Abilities: running. Yellow can run, which is obvious since he has a pair of legs and feet. Walking. Yellow can walk just like running, which is also very obvious. Flight. Yellow can use his wings and mostly his propeller to fly around. He does this when he gets prey / a player. Super strength. Yellow can pick up a player with ease by his feet and also pick up the cart and dropper. Weakness. Yellow's claws are strong, which is by his super strength, but also very easy to jump out of. But overall, he's one of the most non-violent rainbow friend so far.